or less about it than
But
men
why? But why is it so important for a woman to have a low body count?
do. We'll get to that. We'll address that. I just want to give everyone the opportunity to speak. Go ahead.
So I don't think a woman's value is fully defined with their body count. But with that said, I do think a man is entitled to have a preference.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. Men are entitled to have their preferences, but with that being said, someone who does have a high body count is then no longer worthy of love.
Carson, can you just close the door? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's fine to have a preference. I don't care what other people's preferences are, but I think just move on to another girl then. There are girls with low body counts if you want them. It's not like they're scarce, like it's possible.
It's
It
pretty
depends on where
scarce,
you
but
are, but
it's
yeah.
pretty scarce, but go ahead.
You could have your own opinion, but I don't think I would date a guy who would want me to have a low body count.
Okay,
if that's
you
his
wouldn't.
his what's the word like, I must have like a low body count.
Body count doesn't matter, a lie feminists have told our women. If women only want rich, 6-foot-tall men, I have every right to want a woman who hasn't used her body as a pincushion for the dick of any man, but strikes her fancy whenever she wants. In the context of marriage, is the number of past sexual partners significant? Can a high body count have a detrimental impact on the marriage? Absolutely, yes it will. The following discussion focuses solely on the number of sexual partners a woman has had, as researchers suggest that information from men is often unreliable. It is ironic that men's reported numbers are considered inaccurate, given the common joke that suggests halving a man's reported number and tripling a woman's. While this joke is a generalization, my personal experience suggests that it is not far from the truth. Research has demonstrated that women who have had either no sexual partners or only one before marriage, whether it is sex on their wedding night or with their spouse before marriage, have the lowest divorce rates at approximately 5%. In contrast, women who have had exactly 2 partners, one before marriage and their husband, have the second highest divorce rate at 30%. It is suggested that this may be due to a comparison dynamic in which the husband and the other man are competing sexually in the woman's mind. Women who have had 3, 4 to 5, and 6 to 9 partners before marriage have divorce rates of 27%, 25%, and 28% respectively. Women who have had 9 or more partners before marriage have the highest divorce rate at 33% or higher. Ladies, let's get one thing straight. You have the freedom to make your own sexual choices. But let's not forget that every decision has consequences, whether good or bad. Our lives are like a choose-your-own adventure book, and the choices we make each day shape our future. So, if you want to ride the Tom, Dick, and Harry train, that's your call. Just remember, some guys may not want to hop on board with you if they know you've already been around the block. And let's be real, no kid wants to hear that their mom was a town bicycle. During sex, the brain releases a chemical called oxytocin, which can be addictive and lead people to seek out more sexual partners, even before marriage. For instance, imagine you've had a partner who really knocked your socks off, but the relationship ended. It's natural to crave that same level of pleasure and connection, which can lead to seeking out more partners in an attempt to find a suitable replacement. This can be problematic, as seen in the high turnover rates at many retailers as they struggle to find employees who are a good fit for their business. Similarly, having multiple sexual partners can make it difficult to find a compatible and fulfilling long-term relationship. On the other hand, having only one sexual partner can provide a deeper level of intimacy and understanding. Communicating openly and honestly about both the good and bad aspects of the relationship can strengthen the bond between partners and ensure that both parties' needs and desires are met. Did you know that women are quick to pair bond, while men take their sweet time? That's why guys need familiarity, which can be tough when you're out there playing the field. There's a saying that goes, men are born poor and die rich, women are born rich and die poor. In other words, guys start from scratch and have to work their way up, while ladies are born with the goods, looks, desirability, and fertility, but all that fades with time. Here's the deal, ladies, the clock is ticking, and the wall is coming for you. If you spend your youth with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, what will be left for your future hubby? Your virtue is priceless, and once it's gone for good. As I always say, a woman is worried about a guy's future, while a man is worried about a woman's history. These feminists poison our women's minds by telling them lies about how they can spend their 20s having sex with Chad and his friends, and yet find a nice partner for the rest of their lives. Body count is the most significant and vital trait that men take seriously out of all the qualities that men seek in a woman. We men seek a virginal and innocent female, a woman who avoids going out to parties, hitting the clubs, and having one-night encounters. A quiet woman appeals to men. Not necessarily a shy or introverted woman, but a pure woman nonetheless. In part, because of this, men prefer younger women. We men are aware that younger women have a lower body count than these modern women in their 30s. Consider having 2 apples. Would you select the rotting apple over the fresh one simply because it is less expensive? Obviously not. It makes sense. So, what's the ideal body count for women? I believe that the magic number is 0, but let's be real. That's like trying to find a unicorn these days. Sure, there are still virgins out there, but they're about as rare as a sunny day in Seattle. So if you're dead set on finding a virgin, you better start digging through that haystack, because you're in for a long search. Alternatively, you could consider a woman who has a lower body count, say, less than 4. It's like finding a needle in a haystack instead of a unicorn, but hey, it's progress. Women who have made bad decisions in the past, getting drunk, using drugs and having unsafe sex, one-night stands, will often feel bad about these actions. They do not wish to be held accountable for them, so they either lie or will try to force a man to accept them. And if he challenges them, they will attempt to shame him by saying he is insecure or even that he cannot satisfy a woman. Their logic is, if a man doesn't like the idea that a woman has been used by the entire city, he must not be good in bed. Think about that for a minute. This is their way of thinking. It is their hatred of accountability and how they do not wish to be judged for bad decisions. However, most real men know these things matter. Stay true to yourself, bros. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.